Meeting starting. It's 12:15 here, right?
Yeah, we got 10 participants.
It's not bad.
Breakout rooms. So, Ed, do you want to give a financial? We'll call our order. We do have a quorum.
Yes, let me tell you what I've done. I'm working off of the December 31, 2020 balance sheet. Our society has had only one transaction since then, which was a $50 reimbursement to Holland and Hart for the filing they made in our behalf to the Secretary of State. Looking at the December 31 balance sheet, the total amount of cash that we had in admissions reserve and free cash was $14,723. It's now $50 less. So it wasn't worth coming up with new statements. Then, as it relates to use upon, during the current year, use upon has spent $220 on signs for tomorrow.
That's right.
Dealing with the people that were entering West Point. So their balance has been reduced down to $374.
Ed, quick question. You got $54 deposited in from use upon, didn't you, from our digital account?
The $50?
50 some odd dollars, yeah.
No, the only transaction I have in use upon this year was the $220 for signs.
No, I actually, you got a transmission into the bank account for $54. I can pull it back up and send it to you. It should show a deposit of 54. It shows on my account moving it over.
Okay, I don't have that in my records.
Okay. Anyway, we got $54 from use upon.
Yeah.
We had the 2 picnics this summer. Between donations and everything, we had $54 extra.
Yeah. Well, the only thing passing through the use upon account that I administer is that $220 to signs for tomorrow.
Check, yeah. But anyway, it was direct deposit.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll check that afterward.
Any other questions of Ed, finance side?
No. From a financial standpoint, things have been super quiet, as you can tell.
All around. There's no reading of the minutes, Larry. I mean, I think we can dispense with that unless somebody wants to look at them.
So moved.
It's been moved. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, pass. Dispense with. Preceding activities, which really just go with an agenda also down in 5 and 7 kind of work hand in hand. On the Founders Day one, I sent around a summary from our attempt to have a meeting 2 weeks ago about, and that is looking at doing a Founders Day celebration. It's a little bit more informal and seeing if that will assist and be less of a potential financial drag on us, maybe more inclusive with families. As I indicated at the Leaders Conference, it seemed to be the vast majority of the small and medium-sized societies were going that way because of the costs, and participation rates were so difficult for them that they were finding more of an informal kind of Founders Day get-together as being a more successful model. Now, the larger societies like DC, New York area, one of the ones in Florida, they kind of still maintained some of a more formal Founders Day activity. But even then, and I think it was DC, ran into a huge issue trying to get refunds on their deposits, just as a horror story for all of us. I mean, we were very lucky that the Tamarack cancellation did not cost us anything at all. So that was just wanted to put that
Can I interject a Could I interject a thought?
Absolutely, Jerry.
I think you're absolutely right on that, but I think AOG has got to figure out a way of having AOG participation without having the speaker coming across country. In other words, by tapes or video or something. And in other words, to fill an AOG hole, but you don't have to have an AOG speaker.
You know, that's a good point. I mean, and the thing is Zooms, because we do get the videotaped. Usually it's the soups message does. Occasionally it's somebody else that we have played at our Founders Days before. But that's an Ed. I know you go back there and are more in contact with the AOG folks directly. Happy to reach out, but that's a good idea. They would have to do a lot less traveling, could do a lot more societies if they did their message in kind of a Q&A with somebody. I think it sounds like a great idea.
Hey, Bill, if you would get on Debbie's thing and tell her to disconnect her mute, she could maybe add to that.
I'm not sure which the Debbie is. I know these were protected lines. It's either AOG or possibly the senator's congressman's office. Debbie, why don't you just put on chat and just like verify your position? Here's some chat. Debbie, oh, here it is. This is a meeting I should be attending. Oh yeah, she's from Congressman.
I'm from Congressman Amadei's office.
Thanks,
and
Debbie.
I'm not sure this is a meeting I should be attending, quite frankly.
You can be here. You're on our notice. You don't have to. We're West Point grads in the society. There's 130 members in Northern Nevada. And this is our annual board meeting. But you don't have to attend. It's up to you. We appreciate it, though.
Of course. I really can't add to anything that you guys are speaking to. I'm really not permitted to.
Thank you for checking in. You're welcome to listen in.
Thank you.
And if they have a question of the congressman, I won't do any political stuff. Just understand.
Thank you.
I was ringing early on. I'm working on something else. In fact, I've actually requested to see Congressman Amadei. So just don't want to see my son kicked out of the military and others.
So getting back to kind of the informal brunch, then Ed, I guess I can reach out with you, or I can just do it independently to AOG to see if they may have something that's a Zoom style conference that would be available for us to tap into and add to a program, because I think that makes a lot of sense. It would be very flexible. It wouldn't be weather dependent. As long as they could get online, we can get online. So,
Tim, I'm going to be at West Point on the 27th of this month.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'm going for a funeral, and I have several other things to do, but I'm hoping to see Amy Hagan.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't see her in person, I can I know her phone number, and just tell her the problem that we have being a small society, having a speaker travel across country, as Jerry mentioned. And we would like to have a speaker available by Zoom, speaking from West Point. And by structuring it that way, the cost to our small society is zilch.
Doesn't have to be Zoom, just some indirect way of doing it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they did that. That's essentially how they conducted like the leaders conference. I mean, they were able to, present their things and then answer questions and do kind of a little bit off script closing. And I thought it was effective, and given the other logistical challenges that we face with that, and the fact of trying to just get a speaker and get them to confirm who it's going to be, just makes more sense. And that way we can just continue on planning an informal get together. Does a brunch sound like a good idea to folks?
Yeah. Can I tell you one thing? Actually, sometimes brunches are can be more expensive than lunch.
Yeah, that'll be a cost. All right. So
I'm not having good luck with breakfast here on these event planning things. Event plan for a few groups.
Yeah, because try to do it on a Saturday or Saturday, Sunday. Preference in the group. What's the board think?
It's hard to say.
Okay. I'll just put Sat or Sunday.
Just a quick question. Maybe I was
Just to
daydreaming.
Just
the
to
reason,
throw it up, and I don't even think it has to be as formal as a Zoom or somebody speaking from West Point. A decent video would be fine.
yeah, we could do that. It's easy.
Well, and the other thing too, we wouldn't, and if we could get some cadets, we wouldn't, which if we could Zoom tap in would be a good thing too, I think. A little Q&A.
Or if there's anything we should have learned over the last couple of years is how to do things indirectly.
Okay, let's see. AOG, the hail and farewell. Anything from the USAPON you want to update on?
No, then we had two really nice, really good, well-attended events, especially the second one. Both of them were pretty well attended. The second one was really well attended, especially from all academies at Debbie and Dave's house. Sam is the cadet. He's a cow. But we already have a plan. We have a meeting once a week. Parents meet. The parents are having a event for just the parents, basically, at someone's house. This pretty nice house. In early December, and then the parents' biggest concern, and especially the younger parents who aren't associated with academies, is how to keep their cadets in the academies. All of them. It's kind of interesting talking to them. And then thirdly, is next year we've planned to have two picnics, one a week before graduation from high school, so we can get everybody who's going, give them their sign, and then we'll have another picnic in the latter part of summer when the last group of cadets are here. Yeah, so we'll have two picnics, and it worked really well. We do hamburgers, people bring desserts, so we're able to do it under $5 a head. It works well. You were at Tim. It came out nice. I still have that video. I haven't processed it yet.
No, and I like the informal affairs, and it may be the way to kind of do something and to go forward, because people will show up if they want to show up. It's not high overhead for us.
Yeah,
it makes it easier to execute.
Everybody's invited. And like I said, we made $54 this year.
Well, there you go.
Other than the signs, take away the cost of the signs. The signs were 200 something, but those signs are nice. So we lost 150, excuse me, or whatever. But we haven't tried to fundraise or do anything.
Right. So, which then kind of rotates us over to the next one. Army Navy on December 12th. Jared, sorry you couldn't connect last time. I know Bill was going to reach out, Tamarack or the Atlantis. I expect we'll have smaller numbers probably than we will, but we will get some folks there. And
we can do it the Tamarack for under 20. If we did the Atlantis, it would have to be 30.
I like the Tamarack. It's easy in and out. Screens have always been good. Service has been good.
Gotcha. Yeah. If we did it, the difference is if we did it at Atlantis, it'd be in a private room upstairs with a TV, but it's $10 more. You'd have to charge 30 instead of 20. So lunch is about $14 for the pit right now.
Any Bill or Jerry, I don't know who has the most primary contact. I'd say let's stay with the Tamarack, and
I can do I can set it up.
Larry, do you have the old flyers? Do you want to, Bill, if you want to send those?
I have some old flyers I can send copies of to Bill.
Yeah, and we'll just put it up on the website.
Yeah,
stack it.
Yeah, and we can send an email blast to the 130 since we know that email list is good, Bill. And if they want to come, great.
Suggest you check with them first, because they've had a change in management.
Yeah, they have. The same guy is still there. They kept one manager that I work with. Yeah, I've actually checked in around. We shouldn't have any problem. I got to double check the pricing. Pricing has skyrocketed everywhere. That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
Even us, we're on the event side.
All right. So Bill, if you can confirm that back, Larry, if you can send him the flyers, the old one, and then you should just be able to update those, I think, Bill, and then send it out on the email blast like we did for the meeting. And then we'll be good for the 12th of December. We'll see what we get back. The only thing that maybe changed on there, I don't remember if did we use the Stripe account last year for the prepays?
Yeah, I can.
Or not last year before last.
West Point, the society is using Stripe, our Stripe, and we can do it internally Stripe. It's the same price, I'm pretty sure. It shouldn't make a difference in cost.
Okay. That's the only thing that'll have to be set up, I think, for the event so people can prepay. Because we had that, I think it was $5 difference. And I would say I wouldn't change it. I would leave it what it was. I don't remember if we were 20 and 25 or 15 and 20, one of the two.
That's 20. I thought we were $20.
I think that was right. If the food costs have gone up significantly, we may have to raise that and just put a parenthetical. If you want to shoot it by me, once you have the details, Bill, that's great.
It was 12 last time, and I think it might be 14, but we could just bring a cake from Costco's. I think they'll let us do that. I can cool cakes. There's a lot of food there for dessert. That saves some money. I'm pretty sure they'll let us do. We do that a lot. Costco's cakes are amazing. They're not healthy for you, but they're amazing values. And they decorate them nice. You saw the Costco's cake for the cadets. It was nice.
As I recall, the last time we did this out there, the cost to us was a little over $12 a piece, and Ed convinced us to charge $25 a piece.
25, okay.
We made a lot of money out of that one because there are 70 people there, mostly Navy.
And we should do 25.
No, there were 90 people there, mostly Navy that time.
Yeah, we had the prepay. There was a difference between the prepay and the other one. So that's the only thing I would keep that. So let's just look at the price. If we need to change it because it increased by Tamarack, that's fine. We pass on like everybody else has to.
Yeah, I'll have an update on that by close of business today, the actual hard costs. We know we want to do it. That's
Army Navy. Ann is not on for admission purposes. So we'll just have to table that. There were no LOAs.
That's what I heard.
Right now, there are some that are promising, but so she was working with them. And her other big take was it's just challenging to get into high schools with everything else, that's going on with COVID controls, and they're just trying to get back to some sense of normalcy. So
I've got one cadet I've been working. One candidate I've been working with a little bit. Leo. What's Leo's last name? He got invited back to West Point for an overnighter, and Ann's going to do the interview on Monday. What I've been telling everybody is sign up for more than one academy. Try to do if you want to go to Army, try to do the Air Force interviews first. They have a really good system. They, what they do is they have a coach, usually a major or lieutenant colonel that coaches the people ahead of time. Then someone, secondly, from the Air Force Academy interviews them. That coaching and stuff really helps them do well at the West Point and other interviews.
Next, on board of director elections, that's the only thing I couldn't understand. It's like, is it Mike's position and Jerry's and Steve's that we need to re-vote on?
Yes.
Mike is on the phone, Jerry is on the phone, and Steve, I can see his iPad. Do any of you not want to roll over to a new term?
Well, I'll speak to that. And some time ago, Ed brought this up, and it was a very good point. Since I'm no longer involved with admissions, perhaps, we might like to get somebody more involved with Naval Academy admissions. And Joe Holland is the local rep, and he's from Dayton. Has anybody come across Joe lately?
I talk to him from time to time.
I have not.
Yeah.
Bill, what do you think?
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy.
Well, he's got a job. He's got a family. He's not retired like us old farts. And I wonder if we should approach him. And what are other thoughts? If we had somebody more involved with admissions, it would be more beneficial to the West Point board, I think. I mean, I enjoy being here. You guys are fantastic. You've got a great program, et cetera, et cetera. But would you like to have somebody more involved? Ed, what do you think?
I don't know. You would like to have somebody that's more involved. The problem is finding somebody that's more involved.
Yeah.
And who will participate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, if you know Joe well and you want to reach out to him, in the interim, we can carry you over. And if you decide that Joe wants to come on, you can be a board member emeritus, or Joe can be welcome to come to meetings too. I mean, I'm half a dozen or another on that, but I guess we need to just kind of gauge Joe's level of participation.
Bill, you've probably talked to him more lately than I have.
Yeah.
Do you have any sense?
No, they're really good on Yusupon. They do a great job of keeping us up with the midshipmen, and both the Air Force and the Navy, the liaisons are really sharp. He might do it. I mean, I think they might. The only thing we might want to push this, they're busy with their other lives too, and they work around things and pilots, things of that nature. So I've got Joe's. Let me see. I can reach out for the Yusupon. And by the way, I don't know what the name is, but the parents voted to change the name of Yusupon. I got the new acronym, whatever it is.
Well, go ahead, Bill. You reach out. I'll reach out.
Okay.
I think it would be very worthwhile to have him involved.
He does a good job.
And no, I don't mind serving again. Again, it's a great organization, but maybe it's time. So,
yeah.
Well, if you, Steve, if you and Bill kind of, gauge his interest, I'm happy to follow up to any discussions. If he wants to know kind of what the scope is, what we do, that's fine. I just don't have a personal relationship with them, but kind of be calling it cold. So if you guys want to lay the groundwork, and then we can follow up from there. On the most immediate thing, though, I think we should carry the slate of 1921 folks over, and then we can always address your position in
2021. I'm old, but I'm not 1921.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Let's do that, Tim, and then we'll get a hold of Joe. I think that's a good plan.
I've got a link. I already drafted an email to him, so.
Oh, great.
It's done. And then
did you happen to?
I think he works at Charles River Laboratories. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Weird job. It's a pretty high-end job, I think. But yeah, they're doing a great job. I got to see it with my own daughters, but I've seen them I don't have to ask them. They always update the cadets and midshipmen. The midshipmen that, are in the academy. Good contact information.
Great.
He's done a really good job since he's been there. How long has he been there? A couple of years?
He just took over as the area coordinator not that long ago. He's been a blue and gold officer, but now I think he's got the whole state.
You guys are really interesting. You've got so many blue and gold officers. It's crazy. You have a lot.
Well, they're north and they cover Las Vegas.
Yeah, and schools separate schools. Don't they take just a couple schools each or something? It's quite a few here in Nevada, Northern Nevada, aren't there?
I haven't seen it lately. I've been kind of removed from it.
I know there's a captain. There's a retired 06 down at teaching math down at Reno High School. That's one. And there's a couple.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
Unless any objection, we will proceed.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, Mike.
Looking at the agenda, we're voting on what's identified as your group 19 to 21. And ostensibly we would then become 21 through 23, but there's also a year group 21 through 23.
Good point, Mike.
I'm not quite sure.
I'll have to double check it, Mike, and make sure I've got the full dates right.
Because if we're only on 2-year terms, we should only have.
No, 3-year terms.
3.
Oh, 21, 22, 23. So we should have a 22, 23, 24 year group somewhere then.
Yeah, I see. Because we're in.
Yeah, that would be the ones that are being elected today.
No.
So they would be for 21 to 24.
Yeah.
Or 22 to 22 to 24.
No.
22 to 25.
I think, Tim, your year group must be 21, 22, 23, and I guess we become 22, 23, 24. I don't know. Is that, anyways?
19 to 21.
I think you become 22 through 24. Yeah. Well, Larry, go back to. I know it was the group. Pretty sure Mike, yours, Steve's, Jerry were the one that had to roll over.
Yeah, I guess I'm just
24. Yeah,
trying to clarify because so we're doing a vote for next fiscal year.
22 to 24.
Okay.
So want to just identify real fast to verify. So Tim, would you stay as president then, or how's that work?
Well, I guess as long as you guys will have me.
Okay, so it stays the same. Got you.
Pitchforks and torches will
make me leave the office. It's still the treasurer. Cable is 02. Yeah.
Caleb's the only one. I think Caleb had wanted to resign. Barry is kind of a.
I haven't seen Barry in a long time. I talked to him like over a year ago.
There's no harm from leaving on the list right now, but that may be something to look at. Once we get somebody else who wants to go more involved with things. But anyway. Okay, so subject to Steve, you'll get back to us. Larry, you'll correct any of the dates that are there. We're down to essentially new business informational items. Anybody have any comments?
Just name. I wish I knew the name. Name change the use upon. It's a 5. Like Parents in Northern Nevada or something. I don't know. So.
Okay, well, Bill, you can send it out to us.
It's an Air Force led mission.
Yeah.
Parents. Each group has a parent now, which is nice, except for West Point. I sort of do that still.
Okay. Good. That's all on the agenda that I have. Anybody else? Comments? Issues?
Hey, thanks, Larry, for sending over that link for the air parade. That was kind of cool of my daughter. She's a battalion commander.
I'll send a link out to you guys also. Do any of you know Lee? What was the last name on that? Do you remember?
From?
He's a grad that does aerial photography of West Point. I'll send his latest one out to you.
I could put that up, the one you just sent over.
Yeah, I'll put it up if you can, so they can see it.
Let me do Larry.
I told Bill that it shows the fog that
here we go.
West Point's in right now.
Let's see if this will see a PDF on.
It's a shot from Bear Mountain up towards Newburgh.
There you go. You can see it.
There you go.
Sent that to me before the meeting. I'll be there next week.
I'll be back over.
Ross is his last name.
Yeah, that's the best picture I've seen of West Point ever.
His last name is Ross.
You can't see it.
Ross, yeah. I think he's a 74 grad.
And you know how I figured that out? It's on the picture.
Yeah, right there. There was a battle like right here, wasn't it? Right here they had a battle. This Revolutionary War. They held this area. I forgot what's his name. They ran down there and held right here. they were coming up this direction.
Is your daughter a law major?
Yeah, she is. They're doing, I guess, branch nights the next night. She's a law major, very active, very likes it a lot. And I think the law department talked her into going to field artillery. You know why?
I'm going to say because there's a West Point Tutor Society that I'm going to be back there for, which is all the grads who are lawyers.
Yeah.
To which we're supposed to meet cadets that have majors. So I may see here. It's a Veterans Day week. It's like the 11th through the 13th of November.
You're definitely going to be there. I'll send her a note.
Yeah. And so a small group of us will either present or teach small class portions to the law department on the 11th, which I'm surprised they actually have classes that day, but apparently they did.
She's done real well there, it seems. She's a firstie, of course, and she's a battalion commander. And then her younger sister is a yearling now and a diver. And it's funny. She's telling me, she's got to be strict as a battalion commander. And her sister's like cooking pancakes on a griddle for everybody. Just opposite.
Anybody going to any football games this year?
I am. I'm going next week.
I have the Bucknell game in November to go to.
I'm going to Air Force.
In Texas?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you attending anything else while you're there?
Or what?
Are you going to anything else, any other events while you're there?
I don't think so.
There's an entrepreneurs conference I got invited to yesterday. Now there's some conferences going on parallel to the Air Force game that weekend for West Point leadership.
Mike, have you figured out how to watch tomorrow's game by any chance?
I'm pretty sure you can see it. I mean, YouTube TV, you just need a Roku or a Fire Stick and you can watch YouTube TV.
Okay, yeah. Don't have that good stuff.
And then you can get rid of everything else because it's amazing YouTube TV. It's just incredible. I'm going to Google Army Navy game right now. Army. It's Army. Who are they playing against?
Wisconsin.
Army.
Tomorrow.
Yep, it's on tomorrow on YouTube TV.
ETN network. I have no idea.
Well, you can get it YouTube if you just have YouTube TV stuff sharing. But look at this. I just pulled it up. Stuff is in front of me. Too much stuff on my screen. Go back to here. Share. So this is what YouTube TV looks like right there. And you just watch it down here, and it's really incredible. I don't know what happens if I hit that. So it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Roku TV is not compatible, though, Bill, with
it's not.
Roku. No, they had a falling out. It's dropped off. It's not a supported app anymore.
So I use a Fire Stick. You can watch 3 channels. You can watch it on your computer, watch it on any TV. I've got a Fire TV as well as Fire Sticks. And they don't have to be in the same geographical location.
Yeah.
So this is my YouTube TV here. You like my conservative stuff I watch. So you can sort of see what I'm watching. Football here. All the programs. Mostly business. It works really well. And this is live right now. So this is the stuff you get live. It's pretty incredible.
Now, YouTube TV is good. YouTube TV is good. Yeah. Roku and YouTube TV.
Yeah, I understand. So you have to have a Fire Stick. They cost about $35 to $40.
Or Chromecast.
Or Chromecast probably. This is live right now. These are all live. And you got local live too. But it's the most cost affordable thing that I do. And there's tons of stuff. And they're really good in sports. They get all the different sports stuff. So like this is live. You could watch that, all the regular garbage right now. I like it. It's the best. I've actually set that up for people. Quite a few people, just friends who want to set it up. It's not hard. If anybody wants to set up, I could set it up for them. It's not hard. And I forgot what it cost a month. It used to be really cheap. Now it's
I'll give you a call, Bill, because I might like to do that.
It's really easy. Plus, you can put a little button on your computer and watch it right on your laptop or anything you want.
I'll give you a call.
Anytime. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm good.
Before we move on to advertising for another on-stream service, that's the end of our official portion. It's good to see everybody. Everybody's kind of looking good. We're a little bit older than last time we were online, but hey.
So it's
life moves on.
At 3:00. I'll go and get you I'll confirm Tamarack and get it by 3.
Okay.
And then
check over what the contract is. I think I can't remember what their minimum head count was. I thought it was like 50 or 60.
It was around 50, but we were always a lot more than that.
Yeah, and I expect we would still be, even given everything that's going on, absent something weird that's going, we'll still be able to cover that.
So yeah, you have to find out what's the out if COVID hits again. COVID's going down a lot right now.
I think it's going to hopefully, knock on wood, stay on that trajectory.
And we're doing really well in events over at the Atlantis. We had 90 people at Amadeus event. So it's going good. Hey, quick question. I got confused. I started daydreaming. Just summarize the Founders Day event for next year.
That we're going to look at doing it as a brunch. Ed's going to initially talk to the folks back at AOG since he's going to be back there 2 weeks, right, Ed? I think it is. Is that what you said?
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're going to see Amy. Is it 2 weeks?
Oh, what about 2 weeks?
When are you going to be back at West Point? And you're going to see Amy.
I will be at a funeral on the 27th.
27th.
I just want to mention one thing. I talked to Miguel Gutierrez 2 days ago for my son because of finding a job.
Mm-hmm.
And they send 2 people out to the events. They pay for it too, right? So he was planning on coming out to our event for Founders Day.
Who is that?
Miguel Gutierrez, who is the career services from West Point Association grads. There's 3 of them.
I hadn't heard.
3 or 4. He was the one that did our Founders Day virtual. And 2 years ago, they had Kevin, one of the other guys, class of 77, was supposed to come out.
I mean, if they want to send somebody for kind of having an informal brunch, and we'll look around and get some leads on that. But it was more can AOG provide not a good video and potentially a Zoom?
They can do that too.
Participant.
Yeah.
And then we can also reach out, depending on where the cadets are at, try to get 1 or 2 of the cadets to Zoom in too. Because I think that's the most direct contact that we have with folks, because we're not going to have any really recent grads. Those Zach
Mancini. The Founders Day you're talking about is 2 years ago. And AOG did send a speaker. It was
Scott.
And then they said there was a guy that had just taken on a new job with the AOG that had something to do with AOG society involvement, and he came out just to visit. Yeah, that's the guy.
Right there.
That's the guy right there.
Right there. Yeah, he actually spoke at our virtual thing we did. He was on the virtual speaker. So I talked to him. He's my classmate. So, I mean, I just talked to him just a few days ago about this. And he's the one who invited me out to Texas to they have a conference in Texas, an entrepreneur context of West Point grads. It's pretty big, parallel to the football game. So
great. Well, everybody, thank you again. Any ideas, pass them around. And we'll just kind of continue to advance down the field.
Okay.
The days are getting better. Unfortunately, we lost most of the summer, but it is what it is.
I actually recorded this event this time. Somebody's got to remind me to turn the recorder on. It's actually on because I left it on from the get-go, but it's good to do.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thanks again, Bill. Thanks everything for setting it up. Everybody, I hope you have a great day, and we'll just be back in contact. We probably need to set a Q4. Larry, Ed, if you want to send me kind of your availabilities, and then we'll get that set.
One last point, be nice is to have this meeting set like months ahead of time. I just put it on the website. See the website.
Yeah.
Like this. I'm going to leave this link on here too. Click here for any or some link.
We used to we carried those events a lot of times on the calendar.
Yeah.
But we'll try to get that cleaned up. I know I didn't click on the calendar.
It's not working. I fixed it once.
I was to say, it's not working still.
I fixed it once. It's broken. They're having problems. Web server. All right.
All right, everybody. We'll have a great rest of the week.
Great meeting, Jim. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Tell of the cage is loud and strong.